Greetings to everybody watching the show. We are back again with another episode of Cabin Chronicles, where we chat in the cabin of Bajik leaders to take a sneak peek into their lives. I'm your host, Debolina Banerjee, and today we have Ms. Sudeshna Dasgupta with us today. She's the National Manager of Agri-Business Development and has been with Bajik for over 18 years. She's one of the strong, independent woman leaders that we look up to. Welcome to the show, ma'am. It's such a pleasure having you
Thank
here.
you.
So let's talk about your professional life and rewind back to 2007 when you joined
Right.
Bajik. So were you always a part of the agri-business team?
No, not at all. I joined in 2007 in agency vertical at
Okay.
Kolkata location.
Oh.
And after that, in 3 months' time, I was giving a position of agency at Nagpur and I had moved to Nagpur. So since 2007 December till 3 years, like 2008, 9 and 10, I was in Nagpur heading the agency for Bidar region. After that, in 2010, I had shifted to Bihar as a agency head, and I was taking care of Bihar as a agency head for since 2010 till 2014. 2014, agri vertical come up, and I had applied for IJP, and I was selected for the agri business development. And since then, since 2014 till date, I am into agri business only.
Okay, wow. So you mentioned that you were in the agency team before you joined Agri. So what made you shift to Agri from agency?
Like as I told, 2014 I had applied for a IJP. Frankly speaking, in 2014 in Bajaj, nobody was ever what agri is altogether. It's a new line of business which came up. Some of my senior told me that I will be interacting with government officials if at all I will be selected for this project. And I was quite interested because in agency vertical there was no scope for handling government business or government officials. So that's why I had applied for this IJP and I got selected, and then I moved into agri vertical.
Oh, wow. So you mentioned that agri vertical was new at that point of time. Even now, very few people know about what the agri team actually does. So, as it is very niche, right? So can you tell us more about what your team does or what it is that you do?
Yes, as rightly said, agri is a niche vertical. Like even in our company in today's scenario also, we have a concentrated team. Like from underwriting to development of the business, generating the business from field and the claims dedicatedly handled by our team only. We have different verticals, sub verticals within our team, those who are taking care of this particular portion. And in our business, as you wanted to know, that our major portfolio is from PMFBY, that is Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, which is one of the major and flagship scheme of Government of India. In this scheme, farmers get covered against uncertainty of weather. There are pest and disease attacks also, for which also this scheme give a protection to the farmers. So that is our major portfolio. Apart from that, nowadays we are looking for parametric insurance also, wherein we develop the term sheet as per the weather data and as per the requirement of the client, and we provide parametric insurance also to corporate as well as to the groups of farmer. That is what our team does mainly.
Yeah, so basically, since it involves a lot of farmer, I have heard that the agri team involves a lot of field work. And when it comes to field work, we see that there are very few women involved. So, why do you think that is?
Actually, especially into the sales vertical of agri, we need to travel like anything, and these are not those luxurious travel what we think of. We need to visit to the rural part of the country, remotest part of the country. So, mother, frankly speaking, in today's scenario also, sometimes using a loo is also a challenge, because you know, to the most of the interior places, we are not used to with those environment. So that really is a hindrance for the female taking up the challenge and joined into this agri vertical, especially into sales. So that is how we will find very limited resources who are into sales in agri vertical, even across the industry, not limited to our company. And frankly speaking, since 2014 till 2025, 11 years are gone. And till date in my team, like except me, there is one of my state head who is there in Tamil Nadu and Pondicherry, she is taking care of. So she is the other person who is into sales as a female. But rest of my team, with a resource of 60 on-road resources, these are the two females who are working into sales in agri vertical. And if you see about the industry also, there are very few females, as I mentioned, there will be very few females who are working
Yeah.
into sales field.
Let's hope in the coming years more females will be inspired to join after seeing an example like you.
you.
You're not only one of the females who are in the agri industry, you're one of the leaders, female leaders in our company. And speaking of female leaders, have you ever faced any roadblocks or challenges when it comes to, climbing the corporate ladder?
I'm lucky enough. I have worked into agency and agri for such a long time that I don't have such kind of roadblock which I faced. But one incident I wanted to share.
Absolutely.
When I told that I was applied a IJP in agri, my present boss was there that time who has taken my interview. And I came to know that I was rejected. And the reason was he was not confident enough that being a lady, how would I travel? That was his concern. He was okay with everything, but he had a little concern that how would she manage and go to the rural places. So initially I was rejected. But we had again one round of discussion. I told him that I will never let you down. And I'm sure I am able to keep his expectation now.
Absolutely.
That is one incident I thought I should share. And it's a practical challenge.
Okay, so moving on to lighter topics, after a grueling day, what do you do to unwind?
Two things I really love to do. One is gardening and other is traveling. Though my job involves a lot of traveling, still in my holidays also I really want to travel, like explore the new places. And gardening is really I am fond of. In a small balcony, I have more than 7 types of hibiscus in my balcony, 3 types of roses and other flowers also. So that gives me real pleasure.
Wow, that's so amazing to hear. Yes, you spoke so much about traveling around India for your work. And when you travel for fun, what places do you like to go? Like mountains or oceans? Or like, is there any specific place that has created a lasting impact?
I love to travel to beaches, though I travel to mountains also, but beaches I connect more. And if I talk about many of the beaches I have traveled already within India, outside the country, but one place I like most, that is Andaman. It's not about limited to beaches. From the dark story of their jail, cellular jail, till the beaches, till the activities like scuba, snorkeling, everything that excites me a lot. Even I really wanted to make another tour to Andaman also, though I have visited, but that really connects me a lot.
Yeah, hopefully soon you'll visit again. Right. And so now, as a Bengali, I just have to ask this question: do you miss Kolkata?
Yes, I do. Especially the street food, Park Street Kathi roll and all.
Yeah,
I really miss that.
And of course, you began your career from Kolkata also.
Yeah.
So yeah. Any specific aspect that you miss?
As I told, that one is food. Frankly speaking, I traveled length and breadth of the country. People says indoors street food is very famous and all, but I don't find any replacement of Kolkata food anywhere, especially fuchka, roll, chow mein, which we get in the roadside.
Absolutely. So, coming to our second last question, do you have any words of advice to young professionals, especially women?
Yeah. There are many, I'll say 3-4 points at least.
Absolutely.
Like, be honest to yourself always. Fix your goal. Don't always need to say yes to everything. If you feel no, please be bold enough to say that no. Please be bold enough to put across your point of views. And last but not the least, stand by each other. We talk about brotherhood, we never talk about sisterhood. Now the time has come when we should talk about sisterhood and really need to help each other.
Yeah, absolutely. Solidarity is the answer. So, since you have been with Bajik for nearly 2 decades now, what do you think makes the Bajik culture unique?
Our tagline, caringly yours, that's very important. For past 18 years, I have felt it everywhere. Wherever I worked with my team, with my seniors, colleagues, that is a real approach we carry, that is in our blood. So
absolutely. Thank you so much. It was so lovely talking to you.
Thank you.
And in a male-dominated field, you're one of the few women who has made her way to the top. Thank you for inspiring us. And thank you for watching. Stay tuned for another episode of Cabin Chronicles, where career and curiosity collide. Thank you.